Very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all on frequency today, and welcome to the worldwide DATV Net, coming to you from near Johannesburg in a place called Three Rivers. It's just a fraction early, according to my clock, but we'll be on. Just wanted to stop the music when it did. Anyway, we do, of course, wish to thank the Qatar Satellite Company for allowing us the opportunity to have our amateur radio satellite on their satellite, or together with their satellite. We also wish to thank AMSAT DL, AMSAT UK, and of course the British Amateur Television Club. Not to mention all the wonderful software developers that have written some phenomenal programming and software to enable the radio amateur to come onto digital amateur television and in full color, high definition, actually considering the very narrow symbol rate we use versus what the commercial people do. Today we have now changed the time slot to 1400 UTC, and it'll continue that way. I think it's going to be about the best time we could choose because of the clocks going back in the UK and some other countries as well. It does mess us around a bit. So I think we're going to try and stick to this time slot of 1400 UTC going forward. And then we don't confuse the world. Now, let's see who's on the list today. Today we have Martin to follow, G8KOE, Martin's in the UK. Then we have Brian in the UK, G6 Hotel Foxtrot Sierra. And then we go to the Netherlands. Hello to Benno, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray. And then all the way to India. My goodness, Saro, it's a pleasure to have you on again. VU2 OBR. Just for those watching that may not know, Saro and Ed were the two guys that actually started the DATV Sunday Net, Worldwide Net. And Saro used to host it, and then when he got busy, he invited me to host it, and so we went. And eventually, I don't know how that happened, Saro, you outmaneuvered me, but I've been overseeing it for the last few years. But anyway, it's always a pleasure. But yeah, Saro was one of the pioneers on DATV and helped a lot of people to come on the air, and also helped a lot of people with RF amplifiers, myself included. So it's wonderful to have you. Martin, hello to you. Delta Lima 1 Radio Fox. You put through a good signal just now. I was just leaving the shack when I saw your signal come up. All good. Very good there, Martin. And you try to say hello. I'm sure you'll get it right. And then Peter in Wales. Martin, incidentally, is in Germany. And then Peter, GW7BZY. Hello to you, Peter. Good to have you on. And Bert, Papa Alpha 3 Alpha Oscar Delta in the Netherlands. Also great to have you on. Nice net today, actually. Leon couldn't make it today. He's been invited to celebrate his birthday at his sister's QTH. And Ed couldn't make it because Ed's mother-in-law has a birthday celebration today as well. So we wish them both very happy new year. And I hope it's going to be a good one for both. Right, Martin, if you can start firing up all the things that you have, and we'll send it to you in due course. G8KOE to please take it from ZA6YI.
I've gone for a call sign this time. That's to make sure that we're up and running, which I think we are. And just make sure I've got a bit of audio. Test card, I meant to say. Right. Well, I'm a bit disappointed that Leon isn't on. I've made a big effort for him this week. I wasn't just going to talk about All-Star, but you can't win them all. So happy birthday, I think is the thing to say there. But we're going to start with, let's see who's actually on, which is leads one thing leads to another here. So that is actually connected to my node at the moment, and you'll notice KD6 ILO down there, and he's connected a lot of times. We have a lot of chats, and he got me. Well, I got sort of, as I'm a nosy sort of person, I thought, well, who is he? So we thought we'd have a little look and see what he's involved in, which and it's got this lovely little symbol which I see everywhere, this little blue symbol, but well worth a look at his QRZ page. And then from there I went over to and found this journal, which I'll tell you to, and another one that's got some interesting information in. If anybody wants links to anything, I can find them. But and we go down and we scroll down, and then that lovely little blue symbol again, and we keep going, and then right at the bottom, New Mexico high altitude rocket with ATV project update. So it's a test at Mach 3.8 and altitude of 120,133 feet. So I thought that would be ideal for Leon. So we managed to get the link there. So it's very quick. So here we go. We'll do it. I'll probably do it a couple of times. Well, I'd hoped that was going to I'll kill the video, because the first bit probably comes over the best. But if anybody's interested, I'll stick the link up to the video on YouTube. It says, paste that in there and chunk it over. And likewise, I'll find the journal if one wants to read the magazine. Which right, let's pop that in there. So yeah, no, I just as I said, I had a lot of chats, and he's been connected to the All-Star, and it's Phil, I think is his name. I think, yes, no, not Phil. I've got a piece of paper, Mario. That's it. Apologies. He'll allow me to. Anyway, let's get back to All-Star and what I've been doing so far this week. Benno said he wanted to know how to do Echo Link, because a lot of the instructions and with the language translation, etc. So I was anti Echo Link, but I thought, oh well, let's give it a go. And I went through and through the setup, and could I get it to work? No. I went over and over it until I found the obvious sort of thing, which I should have known, is that the -L, which you need for the link, I assumed that happened automatically. I didn't realise you had to validate the call sign. So once I validated the call sign, whoosh, we're there and working. So at the moment, we'll see how it goes. It's got Echo Link connected to 47572 as well. Now JTT, G7JTT, who is in the process of moving, was looking at easy ways to connect. And with DV switch, if you hold down the D key, I think it is, if I remember rightly, you'll see a WT mode, which I didn't understand what a WT mode is, but it's web transceiver. And if you look at the listing for a number of nodes, you'll see WT after them, which there is on mine. I see Benno's was also, when I looked at it earlier, had WT after it. And with web transceive, you've got to register, get your username and password, but you don't actually need to have a node running as such. So you can just put your parameters into DV switch or so I had to turn that down so it didn't confuse me. To DV switch, and you can then connect that way without having your. That's on an Android phone. Now, if you've got an iPhone, because the Android app is free, it's repeater something or other. Do you know what? I should have written it down, didn't I? $7.99, and you do a similar sort of thing, and you can connect. On the next time around, if someone no, I can't remember the name of it, mainly because I haven't got it. Actually, I know where I could find it. It's on my settings. I'll turn down the talkback so nobody can actually now remind me what it's called. But let's see whether I can find it to stop being. What do I want to look for? It's nothing's ever easy when you're trying to do something and talk at the same time. So maybe I should give it up. Let's look in the bits. I moved everything around on it's Cat 24. I'm sure it was in there. No, I can't find it. So we'll come. No, the name's beginning to annoy. Anyway, that's all really I've got to add is that the node's working. The hub is working quite well. Quite pleased with it. It's all sitting on the Raspberry Pi 3, and it was used extensively yesterday by Mike and Martin to try and establish a link on 4 meters. So it's got a great deal of potential, plus a couple of repeaters I think over here are looking at having inputs, so talkback inputs to their repeaters, but it's expanding. So anyway, and I do hear rumours that even G6HFS Brian is going to join us. So over to you there, Brian. I'll put a test card and it's yours before I start waffling too much from G8KOE. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen now, he says. Right.
Check we've got some audio. Yep, that seems fine. Yep. Thanks, Martin. Yep, yeah, I got my all-star number, my node number. I've logged in a couple of times, but some unknown reason my Shari node's been delayed. Mind you, I did get an email this morning saying it'll be here in 2 days, so hopefully see it Monday or Tuesday. The delivery person gets their finger out. But yeah, I've got it set up on a Pi 3 as well. Sitting on the bench. Let's have a look. Here we go. Even found the old box for it. There we go. Is that back to me? Yep, good. The only other thing I've been up to really is a little repair job for my brother. He flies models as well. He had a problem with his TX. It's worked fine, but there's a scroll wheel that you use to select models or do things to adjust to get into menus, and it was just jumping and waffling around all over the place. So trying to find bits is a bit rare these days. But here we go. The picture on the left is the little scroll wheel board, and the old board is on the right and the new board's on the left, but not the same sort of layout, but not the same connectors, which was a bit of a fun and games. And as you can see, the picture on the right, the scroll wheel sat inside the transmitter below a load of other PCBs, which you have to disconnect, including the little TX board and cables and whatnot. Anyway, we got it out, modified, and all working again. I just got a message from him actually saying he's up the field and it's working fine. So we got that all done and dusted this week. That's about all been up to. Not done a great deal more, apart from reading up on how to program this Shari node when it comes. So I shall hopefully the next few days be able to do some chatting. I decided to get the radio node. Can't be asked to fiddle with little bits of wires and whatnot, considering I've got a couple of portables lying around. Got Old Faithful here, the old VX8. I think bought that 14 years ago now, but the battery's fine in it still. I think it's been replaced once. And I've also got a couple of little stubby aerials coming, so I can put little stubs on each for the band. I decided to go for the UHF band. So all I've got to do is do some programming when the node turns up and see how we get on with that. So that's about it for me really. Not done a great deal else, apart from still got sniffles. That's about it. So I'll hand it round to who's next on the list. Oh yes, young Benno, PA3 FBX from G68HFS. Round to you, sir.
Yeah, fine signal, Brian, no problem. Copying that. The others were a little bit playing, but yeah, I think as a back channel it's good to use it as a back channel only. But obviously they had to test it during your transmission. Yes, also working a little bit on Allstar. Got an idea of adding it to the local repeater as a back channel. Actually, I want to install it in the local repeater, and I am thinking about combining some options, some possibilities from well, there are already 4 raspberries in there. I think it should be incorporated in one of the raspberries, either the right or maybe even the controller. I'm looking for trying to get the controller, but it is also producing some image for test. The test image comes out of that Raspberry, and yeah, I was using also the desktop, and I think well, too much to I want, too little time, and that's basically the story of my. I have actually just started a new build because I managed to get the old one completely disrupted. Didn't know what it is, but the main thing is that you now know at least a little bit what you're doing, so you're quite quickly to go to it. On one Raspberry, 5 nodes at the moment, or 6, and the general idea is to get each node a dedicated function, like one node will be connected to the repeater, to the audio of the repeater, one node as a link channel only, one node for echo link. I have well, I managed to get echo link working already. I know my pitfalls there, and I know how that works. So I activated my echo link as well, not currently because it didn't incorporate it in this latest setup. But the fun thing is that yeah, I'm going to install multiple audio devices, multiple USB sticks to one Raspberry, and then get several channels on several IOs out. And that works. I have tested it so far, but it's still kind of icky, or well, it's fiddly a little bit. But that's a matter of getting to know how it works and to sort that one out. So that's basically everything what I did over the last week. I was quite busy with that, with all the options and possibilities. And I think I will get it eventually. Up till then, I will play a little bit. I'm still waiting for the PCBs to arrive, and yeah, the weather here outside is great. It's cold, and I think there are a little bit tropical. Tropo is a little bit, or I just heard a GB station on 2 meters quite clearly. Later on it was gone again, but it was quite clearly notable. So I think it's fun to do a little bit on VHF or UHF, and well, that's basically it on this end. Passing it on to, and now I forgot to look who to pass it on. Ah, yeah, to Saro. I did look, Saro. Nice to see you back on the list.
Oh, I wonder if you're here with you, Martin.
And let me switch off that. It's coming in now on multiple channels. It's getting a little bit annoying. Saro, VU2 OBR. Nice to see you back on the list. I hope to see more of you to get at a decent worldwide net. And also I love Martin, DL1RF, to be on the air again, on the net. Yeah, it must be multiple countries. It must be not 1 or 2 countries only. So that's great. Saro, passing it on to you, all the way to India. VU2 OBR. from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-ray. Passing it the test card, and the frequency is all yours.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my friends. Hope all are listening. Long time I am not used the DATV system. I am sorry for that. Just have some little free time to join today. So every week I have some another club meetings and lot of ham activities. I missed all of you. I'll try to join very, very okay. Now I think fine. Yeah, thank you, Gary. Thanks for the intimation. Hope you all are copied my over. If you want repeat again, in my second spell I'll do it. So now I am going to hand over the microphone to Martin, Delta Lima 1 Romeo Fox. Please go ahead, start your transmission. In next spell I can take it from beginning. So I'll be standby now.
I've got no audio. Yeah. Yeah, I've got audio now. I've started to using it. I've got no audio. Yeah. Audio. Too much audio now. Too much audio. I've got audio now. I've started to using it. I've got no audio. Yeah. Too much audio coming from all over the place now. Too much or too little. Like. Okay, let's turn this monitor off. That's it. That's it. Yeah. So now with the audio, improved audio. Well, I don't know if it's improved. I'm using a mixer, an LSC mixer, which I bought I don't know how many years ago now. So long ago that the rubber parts of it is starting to get sticky. So it must be a good few years. But it comes with, and it's my favourite thing in the world now. It comes with an echo. Hey, how about that? What more could you want from a mixer? Anyway, for that. But yeah, thanks Martin for setting echo link on your node there. That's very handy. I know bit of a bumpy start. I've forgotten about the test echo site. It's a long time. I was quite pleased with myself actually getting it working, because I'm sure it's about 20 years since I fired up Echolink, and I remembered the password, which was quite pleasing. But anyway, so that's good. I am looking at getting. I've got a node. I can't remember it's 6,000 something or 60,000 something for your all-star node. So some equipment will be coming at some point. I don't know yet. It's my birthday. My birthday too is November the 9th. I did go out last night with my buds down the pub, and I'm not feeling my best today, but not too bad considering. A lot of earache from the wife saying I'm behaving like a teenager, even though I'm like 60, will be 63. I know I don't look it. Thank you there, Martin and Gary. I'm sure you would have said that. So all's good. So I have been trying to get the wife's car out, because the neighbours have parked around quite close. So I missed quite a bit. Nice music from Saro there in India. Didn't get very much of the audio, but all good. Good transmission. The last guy, DL1 RF. Nice picture. I don't get any sound. So sound seems to be an issue today, doesn't it? At least I fixed my sound. I don't know how loud it is. Whether it's good enough, I don't know. I said I'm using a mixer. I usually use the camera. You can hear the hiss on this in the microphone amplifier. So I'm sure Leon would have something to say about that. I know we. Oh, thanks, Martin. I'm sure he would approve of the echo though, which is quite nice when I'm playing the saxophone. I can have an echo now, so I might play a bit of Christmas tunes this Christmas and drive you all mad with that. Although I haven't practiced in years and years. And I just squeak out a tune now rather than play it. So that's about it. What have I been doing otherwise? I've been using my Pi for a SRT receiver, which is quite interesting. I don't know. I don't quite know what Ed was doing there. I know what he was doing, but what was the end game? I know he's putting a load of audio channels onto a Pi and transmitting them somewhere, but maybe he'll fill us in on the long-term sort of goal. What's the plan for it? I'm using an SRT receiver. I've got some download of software from Interweb and put it onto a card, and now it's quite handy because I can, with vMix, you can output SRT without having to set it up. Well, you do set it up, but it just starts. You just start it up, start the external ports, and okay, the SRT, and it just goes. So I got that as a monitor now. I can monitor on any telly in the house where I can get some plug into the interweb. It doesn't have a Wi-Fi on my Bluetooth on my Pi. I don't know if that's possible or not, but I can do a helicopter. I don't know if that's going to come through. I doubt it. Unless it gets really close. Which is quite good, so I can use that as a monitor, a receiver. Actually, anybody could transmit on the output. It comes through the firewall, through a port, forwarding. Probably anywhere in the world you could transmit to it. So it has prospects. I think it's quite an interesting thing that could be made interesting. Of course, vMix can receive direct SRT, but this will output a HDMI or analog video of incoming stream, so it's an SRT player. I'll obviously now have to get another Pi to work the All-Star, which is annoying, but there we are. Okay, with that, I think I'm going to go to a test card. If I've forgotten to mention something that was interesting, it's probably because I was out moving the wife's car and didn't hear it. I apologise for not noticing it. That's about it, really. Good job there, Martin, on everything you're doing with All-Star. I think it's coming on. And it was quite useful Thursday night when you could hear some of the back chat, and today, obviously, as well. With that, from GW7BZY to PA3AOD, I think. Apologies that I've got written that incorrectly. I'm going to have a test card. Yes, go for it.
Good. We didn't hear anything. You must start your encoder so we can get the video and the audio. We didn't hear anything. You must start your encoder. While Bert gets that going, this is ZD6YI. Hello to Mike. He's watching G0MJW. And yeah, all good. When Martin mentioned Echolink is running onto the link, I quickly popped on my phone and had a quick QSO with him. Came through very well. And it's totally coincidental. It's exactly today, 22 years ago, I was in Australia when I first came onto Echolink. And we were just a handful of people. It was brand new. I think my node number is 1196. And today, I think it's all over 1 million or very close to 1 million. But anyway, and then I was the first one in South Africa on Echolink. Not that that's any heroic feat, but it was fun. And when my son was running the company, one of the companies in Australia for me, we linked up on Echolink, and it saved on phone calls, I tell you. It was so nice. Even though we were using twisted pair, no fiber, no fanciness, slow lines, and it worked very well. Anyway, now let me just see. Oops, there was a problem. Yeah, Delta Lima 1 Radio Fox. Martin, you had no audio. Your microphone wasn't on. Oh, you were on 500 kcs, yes. Okay, Bert, what we'll do, I'll pass it to you, and then you can pass it to Martin. Papa Alpha 3, Alpha Oscar Delta, ZE6YI standing by for you.
Yeah, I hope this works now again. Oops, yeah, sorry, I was on 500 and not on 333. My error. Yeah, sorry for that. I was telling I was a long time not on this frequency. A lot of other things to do, and got some equipment problems over here. Still have some equipment problems. That's maybe also the reason I got 500 instead of the 333. Sorry. Yeah, it must be now on 333, I hope. Yeah, I can see the signal now. It's a little bit smaller. I could see it myself. But anyway, good morning, evening, morning, wherever you are. Yeah, not too much to tell. I just want to say hello. Busy, not much, only with this little one. You guys know this probably. This the old tuner, or the old one. This is a mini tuner. And I'm building up a new one, waiting for some components from UPS. It's waiting already for nearly 2 weeks for UPS. So but there's some issue with the guys from UPS. I don't talk about that. This one, instead of the Pico tuner, is for me much more interesting because I want to use this for DATV on VHF, UHF, and higher. And this one's only working with the mini tuner software, and the Pico tuner is not working with the mini tuner software. And the mini tuner software gives me a lot of more information about the signal, the quality of the signal, and so on and so on. And that's all that's missing with the Pico tuner. Pico tuner, I got a Pico tuner over here, half built. Let's see. That's this one. That's half built, but that's only then for Oscar 100. But the mini tuner is really only then for the contest. But so that's all, and I hope everybody can copy it now. My error. So someone has too much music on it or no audio, and I kept too much bandwidth. So everybody has his own problems. Keep it that way. Okay, back to you then, Gary, to South Africa. I hope you can copy me now much better. Oh yeah, just I think where's my camera? Oh, it's over there. To you, Gary, from Pop Alpha 3, Alpha Oscar Delta.
Yeah, I think Gary wanted me to take it. I've jumped in anyway. He can always tell me off if he didn't want me to. Yeah, I didn't realise you were 500. I thought you were off frequency initially. But I'd clicked on and reselected you on the Pico tuner on the top half because I've got both going, and it was decoding you fine. But I didn't look at the information. So anyway, I heard it twice. Yeah, the program I was trying to remember was Repeater Phone is the app on the iPhone, which you can use WT Web Transceive. I'd forgotten that totally, and it does get confusing with too much talkback. It's I think getting used to only using it when someone isn't actually transmitting, unless you're actually telling them they've got no sound or whatever. But using it other times possibly. It's a learning curve, but it's so easy to get sidetracked. But no, overall, it's got more positives than negatives at the moment. I'm for a little Raspberry Pi in the corner, and finally Gary being 1196. It's yeah, I know very little about Echolink really. I installed it many years ago, and I had it on the phone, and it was only I resurrected it because of testing it, because of Benno said that initially he was having problems, but now he's obviously sorted it. But yeah, it's exceedingly easy to set up. ASL3 I think is a nice program, and is adding so many more functions to it. One of which I had a request to wanted to do a DTMF shutdown, and not being a programming sort of person, and because on ASL3 it's not at root, and you're not a super user by default, etc, 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 which a lot of people will understand, except I don't. Well, I'd sort of do, but anyway, a lot of surfing around and such like, and Phil had sort of worked out, asked him locally if, and he'd sort of sorted out how to sort of do it, but it meant sort of recreating some folders and that. Then I found this list of commands that I didn't know existed. One which is shut down and reboot, etc. And you can assign them all to DTMF commands, and just cut and paste it into your RPT config in the functions section, and you're away. There's a lot of other things that you can do, which I don't understand, but if anybody's looking, look at permissions in the documentation, and suddenly all these things, I don't know how long they've been there, I think it's only the later one. I know there's a lot more functions that are on the way, but as Benno said, setting things up once you've done it a few times gets easier. It's when you haven't done it for a while and you come back to redo it. Yeah, the most I think I've had on one Raspberry Pi, I had two sound cards, and two just nodes as such. Yeah, and Benno's right, it's the imagination really of what you can do. I don't think a lot of people have fully grasped it yet, of that's individual units and how you connect them up, etc, etc. Being peer-to-peer is just endless, so it's all down to you, and various aspects being full duplex at times, etc, etc, etc. But I keep reading and playing. I think I'm going to have an easy week this week. I'm not going to do too much. Just going to let things roll along and see how it's doing. But all good. Anyway, a good net so far, and it's proving that having a chat channel or whatever, or talk back or something to tell you that you've got no audio. So far, I've not done that this week. Normally, I wander off to another scene and forget to turn the mic on. But all good. And Sarah, I half heard some of it, but the music was great. So I look forward to next transmission from you. And good to see you on. It's really good. Right. Probably, and Brian. Yeah, you were good on Echolink as well when you briefly called through. I couldn't handle it all at this time. If you want to do any tests later or any other time, not a problem. It's just only so much you can do when you're actually, I think, operating through QO-100. But it's all good. It's all moving along quite merrily. And right, I think it's round to you there, Brian, again, isn't it? I'm sure you didn't duck out on one transmission. Well, hopefully not, because I'm going to put a test card and pass it over to you and say 7-3s to everybody. And if you want to chat at all at the end there, Ben, I'll be around from G8KOE.
Oh, right, here we go. Oh, just realised I need a shave. I've been lazy for a few days. Yeah, not a great deal to add, apart from I forgot I had Echo Link on my phone. Sort of fire it up, see if it still worked. Yeah, not a great deal to add. So I'll just say good afternoon, evening, and morning to everybody. And be watching till the end of the net. So I shall say 7 threes for now. And hand it back round to young Benno, PA3FBX from G6HFS.
Yeah, that works. Thanks, Brian. No problem. Yeah. Let's see, camera. Thanks, Brian. No problem. Yeah, it's a pity. Saro had a little bit music, and Martin had a little bit audio problems, so we still have to listen to those guys. The music was too loud for me, Saro. So nice music, but problems. Yeah, you need one of those guys or ladies organizing your audio mixer, your video sources, and things like that. If you're going to do a nice talk, like they did at the Cat 24, the lady was doing all the work, and the guy was just presenting. And yeah, we need one of those ladies on the knobs as well, I would say. Yeah. Well, enough said. 73 is all, and looking forward. And yeah, about the mini tuner and the Pico tuner. Yeah, I know that the problem, Bert. I know you are still using the mini tuner software. It's basically a wake-up call for Tom. If he finds some spare time in his summer holiday, he should get some extra tools for us terrestrial guys, because on the terrestrial there is a lot of things going on, and they're still they are still using a lot of SDR Angel for that reason, because it's so clear what kind of signal you're getting in, and it's better to adjust the antennas and things like that because it's much faster. And I think a solution, I'm using the Ride, which is also pretty good, but I'm using a band scanner next to it, and yeah, you have to do a lot of extra hardware to get at least something similar as the Mini Tuner is doing, Mini Tuner software that is. And I would advise, because the signals must be there, and it's just a matter of work and adding it to the software. And I can imagine that's pretty much a lot of work, but maybe even in Portsdown, which is has a lot of tools and a lot of possibilities, some kind of band viewer next to the image would be ideal, because you need something to control when you're doing, but I know David is doing a lot of work. And where's my audio coming from? I have no clue. It must be there. Okay, 73 is all from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-ray, often clear, and play a little bit with the raspberries and the things going on there. And if the PCB is coming in and everything works out fine, I know I have to order directly immediately a second batch, because I think you're not the first on the list, Gary, on your request, and I think you won't be the last. But hey, we wait another week, because for me it's still in the post, and it's on foot trip from China to here, so probably takes another week or so before that Chinese guy has walked all the way here to my post office, to my post box. Okay, 73 is from Papa Alpha 3. I should look in the chat. I hear nothing on the chat, so I'm passing it on to Saro for the second try without any music. Saro, thanks. From Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-ray, and putting my test card on. Bye bye all.
Yeah. Yeah, Bino. Yeah, I missed last spell. I mistakenly not muted the music. If you guys irritated, I am sorry for that. Hope you are enjoying music. I heard many people are applauded. They enjoyed the music. So thank you very much. So I always like music. My journey started with the audio things. Now still it is continuing. I am really happy with the listening music. And nowadays there is a lot of experiments through the ham radio and the maintaining the repeater stations and local manufacturing for the support material for hams. So like that, all the days busy, and in the weekends going to meet friends for some refreshment. So like that life is going on here. I'll try to join regularly, and I have a lot of videos, photographs. I made it for our friends to see here. I'll try to come with one by one upcoming days. This I am saying last 2-3 nets, but unable to make it for you. I'm sorry. I'll do it soon. I'll try to join regularly. And now hope everything fine. I'll check the there is no comment in the WebSTR, and also there is no command on the WhatsApp. So thank you very much guys, thanks for letting me in, and thank you Gary for continuously running the net successfully. I'm really happy. I'm not joined, but I'm watching every day, week, what are the possible time. I'll check what is new on the net, like that, Gary. That's what going on here. So thank you very much guys. 73 is all of you. See you in the next week with a possible demo or some photograph videos. So 73 is now. See you later on next week. Bye bye. the mic goes to Martin. Please go ahead and start your transmission. 73 is all of you.
Hello. So let's see if the audio is coming now. So, yeah, this is my last transmission. It looks like the audio was lost in space. Sorry for that. But with the first, nearly one of the first transmissions, yeah, I have overseen that the audio was muted at the moment. So my name is Martin, and yeah, I'm located near Munich in Bavaria. It's a place called Landshut. And yeah, I'm running here and, oh, let me introduce it, my setup. It's, I'm running here an Apple MacBook Air with the OBS on it and using the camera and the microphones from this notebook, and also running on this laptop is a DATV Red, which I've modified to run on the Apple because it's not natively supported. And the DATV Red starts the FFmpeg encoder also running on this laptop. And its coding is done in software actually, as the hardware part from the notebook doesn't work yet. So, and for the amplifier, I'm using a Nokia PA, which is capable of providing up to 200 watts or more. And yeah, you can see it actually takes about 300 watts or 40 watt output. And the PA has the MQTT in it with a Pico tuner, which I have programmed, and so I can control it directly, and it switches on when I start the Pluto when it runs. Okay, yeah, it was very interesting today. I was looking and watching here for several months already, and it took time to get my PA working. Okay, so that's all from me for today, and I wish you all a good 73, and hope to see you and talk again with the next week or next weeks. So bye bye, and I pass the microphone to Peter, Golf Whiskey 7 Bravo Zulu Yankee, and 73.
Oh, let's turn it down a little bit. Let's have a bit of power off. I've noticed something on this DATV Red where you've got digital gain. I don't know what that part of that plays compared to the other gain that you have. But seems to work well with it turned flat out. Yeah, excellent stuff from everybody. Just turn my sound on. I'm just hearing myself come back through the monitor. Yeah, nobody's interested in my SRT. SRT, I think, has got a lot of possibilities equally. Secure, reliable transport, I think, is with forward error correction or some kind of error correction at least. So you could plug your camera into your laptop, hotspot it to your phone, and you know, do an OB. It would be RF. It wouldn't be there would be an RF element to it. I know it wouldn't be ham wireless, but I think we're quite sort of comfortable now with the digital backhaul, I suppose. And that could be interesting. You know, you can go out mobile and send a mobile picture from most anywhere back to your station. And those who like to get stuff fired up over the interweb, you could fire up your transmitter and be a full OB unit without need of a dish on the vehicle, which would be quite fun. That might be the plan this end. For the summer, I might get some OB equipment going. I've got a TV transmitter somewhere. Well, not very far away. It's here somewhere. Can't find it now. But that transmits DBT on 70 centimeters, 2 megs. I've got a matching receiver, and maybe a little microwave link between the camera and the broadcast van, and then a backhaul either on 70 centimeters to the shack or via SRT. I don't know what the legalities of that. I'm sure somebody will shout at me now to tell me it's not a legal thing to do, but I'm sure we can work remote nowadays, can't we? Sure, that's part of our licensing. But anyway, with that, SRT, really good stuff. You can send pictures to anywhere from anywhere. I said I've got the receiver here. You can have a standalone receiver plugged into your mixing desk or your switcher via USB, not by USB, by either by analog video or HDMI, and receive a picture from anywhere into your station. So there we are. vMix is what I'm using here. I didn't get I silly me, I didn't get you write down your name there. DL1RF. Good picture from you, and I'm good to see that you're getting stuff going. It's always something wrong when you key up, especially in the early days. There's a certain amount of excitement, shall we say. So very good picture, etc. Who am I passing it to? PA3 AOD from GW7BY with his final. We'll look about, I suppose, but let's go for a test card. Shall I find test card?
Okay, let's see. Yep. Okay. Thanks, Peter. Yeah, this is PH3 OD. Yeah, nothing more to tell or to hit. For Benno maybe. December the 5th, 14th, 15th is next contest, so a few weeks to go. I hope to see you then also, to get some extra points. That's all from this. I will say everybody have a nice week, and see you next time, and hopefully that will be then less error then. It's okay for me, and nothing more. I'm the last in a row, the last on the list. So I have everybody wants to. If someone wants to say, you can do it then after my transmission. Okay, 73. Bye bye from PH3 AOD.
Yeah, I want to give it a try, if you don't mind. Good afternoon to all of you. I think there's audio. Yeah, there's audio. That's good. I simply was in too late to put myself on the list, but the minimum I can do is to wish you all a good week. I also especially want to say hello to Saro and also to Martin. Martin, it was really a good try, and the story that you told is really interesting because you said that you did transform DATV Red to a software solution that can run on an Apple PC, and I think that a lot of people might be interested in that. So that's all I wanted to say. Again, wish you a good week, and hopefully next week I will be in my behind my desk in time. Okay, Gary, camera and microphone to you.
Okay, Paul, nice to have you on. I'm glad you came back. Okay. And very good. By the way, I just want to say hi to all the guys watching us on YouTube. A very warm welcome to our YouTube viewers. Alfredo in Italy, Italy Kilo 1 Charlie Oscar Alpha, ciao. And then to Abhiya, I'm not going to say the whole word, I think you're in India. And then to Fani Nell, he's in America. And then there's a chap called the Radio Bunker. I have stumbled upon this. Hello from a random radio enthusiast. Might I ask what exactly this is? And then hello to Ashley Booth. And of course the old stalwarts, Joe. Hi, Joe. 9 Hotel 1 Golf Tango. Nigel, of course. Nigel Reeve. 2 Echo 0 Oscar Echo. 2 Echo 0 Echo Hotel Hotel, of course. Hello, Nigel. Hello to Stuart Clark, ZR1 Whiskey Tango, and of course to Tobias, Delta Lima 7 Tango Juliet. Hello, Tobias. And to the Radio Bunker, we are a worldwide group of radio amateur enthusiasts, and we use the Oscar QO-100 satellite, Quebec Oscar 100 satellite, which comprises of 2 sections, a narrowband and a wideband section. And we're using the wideband section to transmit digital amateur television. And as you can see, the clarity is not bad. We're only running on the moment 333 kilosymbols. It's a very narrow frequency compared to normal YouTube channels or even normal commercial television. But being radio enthusiasts, we can squeeze the last drop of know-how and energy out of a very small, narrow signal. So we do have technical discussions, we have projects coming on, we have very interesting people coming on from time to time, showing us projects they are building or are working with. And then today was a nice general chatter day, so it's also nice to have just hi and hello from all different parts. I'm in South Africa. You saw the guys in the United Kingdom, Wales, Holland, and then Martin, he's just joined us from Germany, DL1 Radio Fox. Martin, that was an excellent over, and I'm surprised to hear a guy using an Apple on this mode here. Well done, and it's working very well. The camera is brilliant. Really, you cannot improve. Audio is excellent. So well done and welcome aboard. And Saro in India, it's good to see you again, Saro. The first thing I noticed was that you've gone a bit grayer in the hair since I last saw you, and that must be quite some time back. So we all age, but we look forward to seeing you and some of your Indian friends again. We have missed you guys. And I was complaining last week, I don't hear Saro. So you must have been listening, and or either later on YouTube, but always welcome, Saro. Brian, nice signal from you as usual, as of course Martin and Benno. We look forward to those boards or the Gerber. I prefer the board and some components. I'll pay for that, of course. That's easy to do. And then we'll do it via either DHL, they're a bit expensive, or FedEx. FedEx, I do a lot of work with them. I get good rates, so that's not a problem. We can organize that and get that going. But anyway, yeah, as I said earlier, it's today 22 years ago that I came onto Echolink. There were just a handful of us doing tests in Australia. I was there at my company in Australia, and I happened to tune on the 2-meter band, and I heard some activity, but it was a station in America coming through. And so I jotted down call signs, and I found out that one guy was in Sydney, VK2JTP, Terry. So I found out what his contact details were, got hold of him. He said, oh, no, we'll be very pleased to have a station in Africa coming up. So it was immediately logged on. That was today, 22 years ago. Funny enough, it was also a Sunday. I don't know why I remember such silly things, but I do. Anyway, with that, I'm going to close the net. Thank everybody on frequency for coming up today, and it's been very nice. And Martin, I pass it to you if the guys want to have any further run, but I'm going to close the net now and wish everybody a very happy week and look forward to next week. And all the guys on YouTube, please join us again. And if you can, what do they say, like the channel or log it, and it automatically lets you know when we're on at 1400 hours UTC normally. So this is ZA6YI signing clear and bidding everyone a happy week. And Martin, if you want to take it, be my guest.
Well, I was totally not prepared for that one there, Gary. But you're fine on the Echo Link and being that. I don't have a lot more to add, but yeah, no, it's another good net. I'll try and get it. Yeah, that's all working out well. So I'll say centuries to everybody. If anybody wants to contact me, they know where to contact me. I get quite a few emails for some for help. Not always able to help, but if I can, I do. But we try. Right, I don't know who wants to take it next. In the list it was Brian, but I think Brian's gone, but maybe he's still there. If you're there, Brian, take it. If not, perhaps Benno wants to say a few words from G8KOE.
Martin, that's now Delta Lima 1 Radio Fox. If you're still there, I see you near Munich. Yeah, I've got quite a number of visitors this last week, even yesterday, Saturday, from BMW in Munich. Some of the big shots are visiting our different factories. We're making a lot of plastic parts for the new X3, and it's starting to ramp up into volume production now. So we've had, and again, next week I've got guys from Munich visiting, and the week after that as well. So I thought I'd let you know. And hi, Paul, nice to see you on as well. And yeah, at least you made it in time to say hi. Always good to see you. Nice signal as usual. So with that, I'm going to throw in the hat. See you guys later. ZA6YI QRT.